guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Carol and the name of my channel is My Blessed Nest. Happy October! It's October 1st and today I'm here to participate in a collaboration with Trusty Huckster Mehantile. He's celebrating 1 year of starting his Etsy shop, and then shortly after that he started his YouTube channel. So we're here to have a big party with Patrick. And today the theme of the collab is Vintage First. And he kind of gave us a little leeway to interpret that however we wanted. And so I decided I was going to talk about one of the very first vintage items that I started collecting, or that I can remember starting to collect, and I still collect them today. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you might have guessed that I'm going to be talking about old vintage clocks today. I have quite the collection, and just for fun, I want you guys to play along with me and guess how many vintage clocks I have. And you can either do it now before the video is ended, put your guess in, or you can do it, think it in your head, and then put it at the end when you leave a comment about anything else as well. It's up to you. So I do have one new clock that I am going to show you today, and I just happened to come across it this past weekend when I was thrifting with my husband. My husband knows what makes me happy, and that is thrifting. So this past weekend he took me on a thrifting adventure. And so I'd like to show you that clock now. Okay, this is the clock, and it's actually an equity clock. Look at the sides and the back. It's like this plastic material with a color in it, and in this light it's coming off pretty true to color. I think it's like an orange color, but it also looks a little bit yellow. So either one, I thought, wow, what a great color for fall. I certainly can use this in my displays for fall, and I certainly can use it all year round because I adore the color. I did find it at an antique store. Usually you're going to pay a little bit up for an antique store. This was marked $9.95, and that would be before tax. And I go in this store quite often, so I asked the lady that was running the store if she would consider taking $8, and she said yes right away. So $8 and no tax. She just took my $8 cash and called it a deal. So let me know what you think of this one. Now we're going to count this one in the total, so this will be number 1. Let's get started, and I'll show you where I have them in my home and how many I have. So you can count if you want as we go along. Also, I will let you know that these are the first items that I remember collecting, and they move all over my house because I love them so much. I incorporate them into all my seasonal decor and into every room, just wherever I feel they're needed for a little extra touch, and I like to put them in vignettes too. So having said all that, let's get started. The first stop on the tour is in our master bedroom. This is where I have the bulk of my clocks displayed on this shelf over our bed. So this will be numbers 2 through 11. This is one of the newer additions to my collection. I think I got it at a sale for $1 or $2, and it reminded me of an old travel alarm I had when I was a kid that I used to take when I went on trips with my youth group. This clock I do not remember purchasing, so it must have been one of the first ones that I purchased. It has kind of a weird thing on the top there. I don't know what that's all about. And the design is really unique. I love the shape of it too. This next one I've had for years as well. I love the face on it, and I do love the color. And it's just one of my favorite ones that's a very classic looking clock. This next one is unique in that it doesn't have any glass over the front, and the front of it, or the face of the clock, looks kind of discolored and old. That just adds to the charm for me. And of course I love the ringers on the top. So that one was one of the first ones I purchased as well. This one was a gift from my mother-in-law, and it's totally rusted, and some people might have thrown it away. I absolutely love the rust on it, and I love the little pedestal that it's on. I don't know if that's the right word, but it just adds to it to me. I love the shape of that one as well. Now this one is probably not too old. It might be now, but it was newer when I bought it. I just liked the looks of it, and I thought it was a classic clock to have. The next one, I don't have any like this. This is the only one. It has this really unique stand. Again, I bought this a long time ago. Don't remember where or how much or anything like that. Although back in the day I only paid $1 or $2 for each clock, mostly at flea markets. This is another favorite. I love the face of it, and to me it seems kind of Art Deco, and it was actually an electric one. You can see where we cut off the cord there. Probably not a good thing to do for a collector if you are trying to preserve the money that any of them were worth, but that's what we did. Here's another travel alarm that's just a new addition since I've been doing YouTube, and I picked that up in Amish country for $5. The last one on the shelf here is kind of a small clock, very plain. I really haven't seen anything like it since, and I think that on the top is to stop the alarm from ringing, but I love that classic shape. Moving over to our dresser, I have this favorite one, and I know I say that about all of them, but I have reasons for having them as a favorite. This one has a lovely patina, and it's an older clock. Just look at the patina on it, and I do love the ringers on the top there, the bells. Very classic. And there's an example of how I just work them right into my decor. Over here by the chair in our bedroom, I have a little vignette set up. This is a newer acquisition. I got it for $2 at a rummage sale. Love the blue color and the smaller size. And you can see I dropped it when I was carrying it in the house and put a dent in it, and it just adds to the character for me. Next, we're going into the grandkids' bedroom, and I have a little green theme going on here. This clock is not real old as far as vintage, or maybe it is, but it's not as old as some. But again, it's just a classic style. The thing that I love about this clock is the color of the hands, and it ties in with the green on the tray. And also, the grandkids can't really hurt this one. I mean, they could, but it's not old or valuable, but it has a classic look. So that's why I chose to put that in this room. Next, we're moving on into our main bathroom. This clock, I actually do remember the day that I bought it. It's the only vintage clock that I ever bought that actually was in a box. And I bought it from a little old man, and I looked at it and I thought it was going to be very expensive, and he had it marked $4. So I decided I wanted it. It's so cute, and I guess I'm drawn to that design because I have quite a few that are that same style. Here's the box that it came in. It says Gabriel by Lux, and it's made by Robert Shaw Control Company. A quality product for the time in your life. Now we're in my craft room, and this clock is unique because it's pink. I can't remember where I got it, but I've never seen a pink clock like this since. It does appear to be vintage, and look, there's that same style clock I love. Also in my craft room is this white clock with the blue on the hands. I love the color on the hands, and I also love the unique shape of this clock. I've used this in several vignettes. This clock is a newer edition that I purchased somewhere recently for around $1. I'm not going to show you much of this room because this is a surprise for a future video, but it's in our half bathroom, and this shows how I like to incorporate clocks into every room, into everyday life. Just a simple little white alarm clock. Now we've moved into our living room, and this clock I've incorporated into a little Halloween/fall vignette. I love the stand. That's what I'm going to call it. I've called it pedestal before, but I think it's more like a stand. I love that shape and how it looks, and I love the dark color on the face of the clock and just everything about the shape of it. Love the color of the outside of the clock. So again, it's a favorite. I can't help myself. Still in our living room, on the mantle, I have this cutie pie here. It's just a cute little cream colored clock. I love the little detail all around the face of the clock, the gold that kind of frames it, and then that little design inside of the gold ring. It's just a nice, cute little size to tuck in a little vignette. This clock is also unique because it doesn't have glass on the front, and it used to be electric, and again we snapped the cord off, and this one was given to me by my mother-in-law. So I love the shape of it and the uniqueness of it. It's just one of my favorites. This next clock is hidden away here on my tiered tray, and it's not old, but I did find it at the Goodwill for $3, and I liked the shape of it and the stand and everything. You can tell I kind of gravitate towards the same styles, but I couldn't resist picking that up. It was very clean and in very good shape, and I thought for $3 I can add it to my collection, even though it's not vintage. I've had this clock for many years as well, and I love the shape of it and those two colors on the face there, and then the trim around the edge of the face and how it's kind of old looking. Just love everything about this one, and there's a little area on the top that's raised. That's kind of unique. If you were right in your guess, let me know in the comments below. Were you even close? Were you too low? Were you too high? Let me know. I'm just curious. I want to thank Patrick for hosting this collaboration. It sure was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it very much. And don't forget to check in my description box, as always, whenever I participate in a collab or a challenge, there will be a playlist as well as the host channel linked into my description box. So go on over and check out Patrick's channel, as well as all of the other participants in the collab. And don't forget to watch the playlist. What's coming up next? Tuesday, I'm participating in a new challenge called Zero Trash to Treasure with Sandra at the Schwoen's Nest, and her co-host is Anna at Crafts and DIYs with Anna. So come back on Tuesday and see what I'm going to make out of nothing. Well, not really out of nothing, but I'm not going to spend any money. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll link that below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.